Okay, so I had to extend this video to a part 5 because there's a lot of things that I had forgotten to talk of. And I had kind of, in one of the videos that I did prior to this one, I had said, and you really need good lighting, and this is not it. And I pointed to my lamp. But then I went off to talk about the fan, and forgot to tell you, and what you should use for lighting. And I alluded to the fact that I actually do work under poor lighting conditions, which is not true. Okay, so I have had this light for a while. Yes, I do have this light. I also have the fortunate circumstance of having the natural light from the window behind me. So during the day I will paint and whatnot using the natural light of the window behind me. It's really good for me up until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which is about what time it is now, and you can see that it's getting a little bit lower light in here than there was previously. But I have just purchased a new light. Now, I was looking for an OTT light, which is an OTT OTT light, which is what most crafters use. However, they are extremely, extremely, extremely expensive. And so I opted away from the OTT, okay? Even on eBay, a floor-standing OTT light is going to cost you anywhere between $130 to $170. For a lamp, no, not just no, but hell no. So I went looking for a generic brand of the OTT light, and I came across something called a Sunlight lamp. Okay, it's a floor lamp. It takes the same exact wattage and the same exact bulb as the OTT light. It gives off the same amount of sunlight or natural light as the OTT light, and it's called a Sunlight lamp. Floor lamp with shipping included, $31.99. Still expensive, but not that expensive for a floor lamp that is going to work wonders for me in my crafting business and in my crafting that I do. And so go on eBay, look yourself up a Sunlight. Sometimes they're $34.99 including shipping. Sometimes they're $31.99 including. It depends who's selling it and what's up for that day. That's what I suggest that you do. Okay. The second thing, and I have that coming any day, and that's what I'm waiting for that before I do my painting of the eggs for you online so that I can show you how those are done under better lighting conditions. Okay, the second thing I wanted to touch on was these people that have unlimited budgets, and that's why they have their craft rooms that look like they're museums. And then there's people on the low budgets like myself. Actually, I'm kind of mediocre. I don't have a huge budget, but I'm not poverty-stricken either. I have a good amount of money, but not enough where I can call myself anywhere near being rich, or even over the poverty line as America's standards, okay? But nevertheless, I'm rich because I've learned how to save enough money to be able to have money for other things that I may want to do in my life that are enjoyable. One of those things is go to auctions, okay? I love going to auctions. Now you tell me this. There's an item at the auction that normally in a store would cost $200, but you think you can get it for $12 at the auction. So you go to the auction, you get your number, you sit there, you wait, you see who else is looking at the item, blah, blah. You know, you wait. Other things come up during the auction, maybe that you can get for $1 or $2 while you're waiting. And then you do get the item, and you win it, and it costs you, okay, $15 instead of $12, but you won it, you're excited, it's fun, you walk out of there with a smile on your face, you put it in your car, you come home, and you go, yes! Okay. Or, if you have an unlimited budget, you can tell your assistant to pick up the phone and order the $200 item at whatever store it's at and pay the shipping, and you walk off and you go lay on the couch, eat a bonbon, and watch a television show. Which to you would be more fun? So I say it's the auction that I go to versus picking up a phone and calling and paying top dollar for the item. It's certainly much more enjoyable. It's so much fun. My mother comes with me. She's 71 years old, and she'll sit there for 6 hours with me just to see what I win. She might not, just to watch the auction she finds enjoyable. She doesn't even buy things half the time. The last auction we went to, she bought a couple of things for me for my Mother's Day gift. I loved it. Love it. As I said, the quilt rack. The quilt rack she got for me for $27 at an auction. I'm sure it's worth over $100, and you'll see it at any antique shop. Well over $100. And I can't. it has a double purpose. I'm not only going to use it to display my large candy canes on, but I'm going to be able to use it in my bedroom when I'm done coming home from the craft show, because I got quilts in there. One of them, which my father used to use all the time, and when he died, I kept his quilt. So it's, it has a double meaning, a double purpose. $27, come on. Let's get with the times. And the times are economically strained. So we've got to do what we've got to do to have fun and still save money doing it. Okay? Number 3, what I wanted to touch on is, let's say you where you live, you have major snowstorms, and there's a snowstorm wipes out your electricity. What crafting can you still do by oil lamp? Okay? Let's say you have an oil lamp, or even by candlelight. Don't sit around moaning and groaning, oh my God, when they're going to turn the lights back on? Oh Lord, we're not going to have light, we have no electricity, okay? As long as your house is warm, it's only going to be, let's just say, it's out for that night. What can you do to bide your time? Well, you can read a book by candlelight. You can also do some crafts by candlelight. Yes, it's a strain on the eyes for that night if you're going to do a little bit of painting, like I do. It can still be done, especially if you have more than one candle or you have more than one oil lamp. The more light, the better off you are. But there's other things that you can do as well. If you do any kind of paper folding, if you want to do the cutting out of the book safe, that takes no electricity at all. You need an X-Acto knife and you cut out a square and you just keep cutting out pages and cutting out. All this stuff can make the time fly. The next thing I wanted to touch on is the cost of the show you enter. Be careful. There are some craft shows out there, and I know of one myself. It's cost something like, I think it's $290 to enter the show. $30 more for the application fee to enter the show. And if you happen to cancel, you're only going to get back $50. Okay? And you can kiss your application fee of $30 goodbye. All right? And not to mention a ton of other money. And now you've got to think of, where's this show? Well, for me, it's quite a distance. So that means hotel stays. I mean, seriously, are you ever going to make back the amount of money that particular show is going to cost you in the long run? The answer is no. Okay? So you look for a show you can enter. In my particular town, we have something called the Hometown Christmas Craft Fair. It costs $65 to enter the show if you want to go on the inside of a building, and it's $40 if you want to go outside of the building. It's going to probably be a little chilly, even though I'm in Florida. It's going to be a little chilly, and I do need electricity because I do want to hook up my Christmas tree so I can hang my chenille Christmas ornaments on it. So I'm opting to do the inside spot at $65. I think I've got a really good shot. If I just sold 3 of my jumbo eggs for the whole day, I would basically make back the money that I put in to get into the show, and I'd even be happy with that. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But you got to be careful. When you go to book a show, look around, go online. Things to do in your part of the state, things to do in your city, things to do in the next major city over to you, and then look up craft shows in that city. Put in the word Christmas if you're going to do a Christmas craft show. Put in festivals, things like that. Wherever you want to do your craft show, that's going to have a large amount of people show up in a large gate. Okay, what they call a gate is where the people come in, and sometimes they're charged. Find out if the craft show you're going to do is going to charge people at the door to come in. That takes a lot. That means a lot of people might not come to your craft show that day. They might go to a yard sale or an auction. Okay, find something unique to do to your area. These painting of my eggs, they might not be unique to other areas, but they're unique to mine, and that's why I think they're going to be a pretty good seller this year, and I'll let you know next year if they are or not. In the final analysis, when you do a craft show, and this is what my husband, I'll touch a little on him. He died. My husband passed away 6 months ago, and I don't want to start crying again. I cry every day as it is over it. We moved to Florida, back from Kentucky due to medical reasons, and we were here 1 week, and my husband passed away. And we did a craft show just before we came here, our craft show that we do in Kentucky. And what my husband used to say to me after every single craft show is, "Babe, did you have fun?" And I would say, "Yes, I did." And he would say, "That's all that matters." And I now say those words to you. Okay, there's craft shows that I have left where I've only made $6. There's craft, and I learned from it and did something different the following year and then sold out. And that was the year I went with my husband last year, and we actually sold out. But that's what I say to you. Okay, when you pick your craft show, watch the cost of your items you use that go in. Make sure they're unique. Watch the cost of the craft show, the cost of the items that you purchase, but even your craft room. And in the end, it's all about, did you have fun? And I ask that question to you. Did you have fun? Always remember those words when you leave every craft show, because it's the fun and excitement in this world that makes happiness. It's not the money in hand. Don't ever go to a craft show saying to yourself, I must make this money back because it was my groceries for next month. Because you're going to go there with the complete idea of disappointment. You shouldn't have spent the money to begin with. Be careful how you do it. Be careful what you do when it comes to your money. Okay? The whole idea with everything that I have told you is how to do it on a good budget, on a small budget, even on an unlimited budget. You can still have fun. Okay? Not just make a phone call, but actually have fun in this world. Okay? With the economy, even the way it is. The gas money. Gas is over $4 a gallon in Florida. I don't know where it is where you live, but it's supposed to go higher than that. Is it worth your while in gas to go that far to a craft show? To stay overnight in a hotel? Yeah, that's fun, but it costs a lot of money. Is the show jewelry? Do you need to have pictures taken? I mean, it's craziness that's out there right now to capitalize, because even those people don't have enough money, and they're trying to make it off of you. The whole idea of you going to the show is to try to make your own money. So, go to a show with everything that I have given you for information, and if you have any questions, let me know. And I say to you, when you leave that craft show, the same thing my husband used to always say to me. Did you have fun?